Hello, everyone. Oh, is it cold where you are too? We just got a snowstorm rolling in this morning. So, yes, it is really, really cold. Well, I shouldn't say that. It's not negative temperatures here, so I guess it doesn't count as really cold. All right, so welcome. Today we are going to work on details. Except first I want to test something that's less actual details. A little noise. Well, it might be picking up the space heaters that are running. So if that could very well be what it is. And I apologize for that, but I'm not turning off the space heater because it's freezing here. Let me see. Now, see if I can adjust the microphone so that it's maybe a little further away from the space heaters. Maybe it won't pick them up. Make some more noise as I move everything around here. Okay. Perfect. Perfect. All right. Now, I really do wish that there was a little bit of a better menu for this, but basically, under F6 and 2 for blocks, if you push I for inventory, then you can choose what kind of block you want. And somewhere in all of this, theoretically, should be that. All right, so I double clicked it. Yeah. Well, they were telling us for like a week that there was going to be a really bad storm that was supposed to start Friday. All the winter storm warnings were starting Friday. Everything was going to be Friday. And then nothing came Friday. Change planks to any block texture. How? How can I do that? What do I have to do? Hello, love. How are you today? Welcome. Yes, I love this game. This is so much fun. Being able to create anything that you want, yeah, that sounds like a really good thing. Right now, I'm putting in fields, and I'm using the creative landscaping and terraforming tools to do this. So you can't actually see the options up in the corner, up in that corner. I don't have that turned on, but under F6, you can add blocks and vegetation. So I'm just going in and adding blocks. Hold the keyword. Oh yeah, to spawn them in. Yeah, definitely. That is really convenient, being able to just spawn in whatever you want. And I have done that a little bit, not a whole lot. I will probably do it more in this world because this is purely a creative world. So I will probably do more things like that. I really don't know what I'm going to do about the giraffes because I don't... And the elephants. I don't necessarily really want them all here. But I'll figure out the animals later. I have never played Minecraft. I've heard a lot of people say that there are a lot of similarities between this game and Minecraft, but I don't know to what extent that is accurate because I've never done anything with Minecraft before. Alright, so the fields are in. That was the easy part. Now, let's get a little bit more work done around the house. So, first off, I need to figure out rooms. Once I do that, I can figure out windows. Yeah, this has much better graphics than Minecraft. I've seen, like, Let's Play videos of Minecraft, and yeah, this has much better graphics. Alright, so... I have my wonderful hot chocolate here in my hands. I had to let my dog out real quick right before I started the stream. And between about 6 a.m. and, well, now, so about 9 a.m., in about 3 hours, a good 2 inches of snow have accumulated on my porch. And it's still snowing. So apparently this is going to be kind of a major storm that we're getting. So apparently they were right, which is really a shame because I was kind of hoping that the weather forecast might be wrong and we would not get this storm that they kept saying we were going to have. Okay. So since I'm playing in purely creative mode, this is going to allow me to place a lot of things that I am later going to get rid of. But what I'm trying to do is just get the spacing down. Like, this is going to be the main hallway. So this is about as wide as I want the hallway to be. This will give me room to put some furniture and other stuff in the hallway. Put the kettle on, yeah. Yeah, there were news broadcasts saying that the Midwest and the eastern portion of the United States, where I live, was going to get hit with some pretty bad weather too. So, apparently it's all over. Alright, so that is 30. So, thinking 2 smaller hallways branching off of this hallway. Alright. But, so that's 30. Yeah, so right about there. Wow, it's not wrong. For some reason, my CPU usage is through the roof. Huh, that's weird. So, the game might be a little bit stuttery just because of the high CPU usage. Hopefully it's not too bad. Alright. So, let's have the entrances to the hallways be a little bit bigger because today is details. That's what I'm going to work on today. So actually completing rooms inside the house, staircases, obviously, like we didn't put in any staircases last time, just a bunch of solid floors. So I'm thinking the staircase going up is going to be here at the end of the hallway, which does mean that I can close this off because we're not going to have windows looking in at the staircase. That's just not going to happen. But we're going to have a couple of smaller hallways branching off the main one. Let's see here. This would be, that would be 6 wide. So about like that. Yeah. Now, let's take a look and try and see what we want this all to look like. Some of their the ornamental tiles are really cool, but they just don't really fit with what I'm doing here. So we're going to skip those. Metal, obviously, not something that we're going to be using here. The same with plaster. That's really not going to be something that's used. So really kind of are going to be looking a lot at wood. Now, we have the lighter wood for the flooring. Stop spinning, that's annoying. The spinning is very annoying. Yeah, so I'm hoping that it goes well. That's not a bad texture, but that makes me think of like a barn, so I don't really want that in the house. No, I don't want that in the house either. Let's see. These are all very unfinished for the most part. We might fall back on this one. It doesn't look bad per se. Ooh, that looks more finished. Do that one. Yeah, that looks a lot more finished. Lady De Winter, hello, welcome. That reminds me. So, FYI for everyone, today's stream is going to be shorter than usual. Probably about 2 hours, because I will be guest starring on Lady De Winter's stream this afternoon. So I'm going to end mine a little early so I have a chance to, you know, eat and take care of my dog. She's probably going to want to go out again. Little things like that before jumping over into Lady's stream. Okay. So, let's do that. That's a nice, bit of a more polished look. And I do want something that's going to be a little bit more polished for inside the house here. Okay. 4 across. I am going to, oops, I don't know why I just did that. But here we go. Which texture was that? 88? Yeah. We'll do that. I do wish that we could have a little bit more... Throw money, not blocks. Yeah. Okay. I can't wait to be able to resize the blocks. That will be really nice. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Probably about the right height. Nice little archway here. And we'll do the same over here. Oops. Okay. There we are. Now I'm going to pull those down. And I'm going to get rid of the blocks that I was using for placeholders. This really is one of the most convenient things about playing on creative mode, is that I don't have to worry about whatever resources I might possibly be, you know, completely wasting by putting down placeholders like this. Okay. And I'm not going to get really any decoration done on the walls today. I don't think I even have all of my images still. I had to change hard drives, so that was kind of a giant headache dealing with all of that. Yes, see. And this is perfect because I'll be spending my morning on creative mode. And then when I jump over to Ladies World, I'll be spending my afternoon in survival mode. So a little bit of both today. All right, that's one wall. Let's get the other one put in here. There we go. Okay, whoops, getting a little dark. 10 a.m. is a really nice time. You've got lots of light. And it's pretty clear light, not that somewhat sort of foggy stuff that you get when the sun starts coming up. Okay. Yeah, this is... I would have to say that Rising World is probably one of my top 5 favorite games, because you can do so much. There's, well, really hardly any actual restrictions. I mean, there are a few things. Like I said, I would really like to be able to resize the blocks and do a little bit more with rotating them as well. Like if we could rotate the half blocks, that would be great. So like if you could have them where they went, like with these, if I could have had the half blocks and rotated them sideways so it was just half the length up there, that would have been really cool. But we can't do that yet, and that's okay. It's not the end of the world. It certainly doesn't... It doesn't make me not want to play the game. just because there's a few things that I can't do yet that I want to do. Okay. So, staircase. In a way, I kind of hate dealing with staircases because it feels like it takes forever to get the stupid things right. Okay, so 13 across. We have 7 going up. Oh, decisions. Let's use this for the staircase. Just kind of tie everything in together, basically. I do want to have a somewhat consistent color theme throughout the house. Oh yes, glass is really very good. You can have a lot of fun with it. Alright, so I think we're going to do fairly wide staircase because, you know, we can, so why not? That's always a good justification, right? Well, I can, so I might as well. All right. All right. Do I want the whole blocks or the half blocks? Depends on how it's going to work. Let's see. Yeah, I think we'll go with the whole blocks. 7, well, it was 13, so it's not going to be perfectly even. That's okay. That's okay. All right. Switch back to our stairs here. This is always the tricky part because I don't have anything to necessarily base it on right away, so I have to use guides, essentially. Oops. And then I have to get closer to destroy the guides because I really don't want to keep them. There we go. All right. And then I might not keep the stairs at the very edge. Yeah, I don't think I will. I think I'll do something else on the very edge here. I don't know what that's going to be just yet. But it won't be steps. Okay. Perfect. Now, I'm going to go ahead and very carefully, because we don't want to destroy the entire build here, we're going to want this to come a little bit out. So, say there, 2, there, then page up, and over a little bit, but not a lot. Now we're going to just fly up here real quick. And then here, 2 here, and then just use the arrow keys to bring it all the way over. Excellent. There we are. Except, of course, for the fact that we need these gone too, right here. Replace those with stairs. There we go. Really? rotation on the stairs sometimes annoys me. It always appears the same way, which is never really the direction that you want it to be facing. Okay, now do I want to fill in some of this that I just took out? Or do I want to keep it even? Maybe I want to fill in a little bit. So that would be that one. Yeah, to about there. So that is what? That is 4 out. So that would be adding in another 3. There we go. Okay. Is that good enough, or does that look like it cuts off your head? I bet it looks like it cuts off your head. Red brick to match the walls. Well, that's going to come in when the actual walls upstairs get put in. Okay. I think that's better. That doesn't look so much like it cuts off your head. Yeah. That's better. That's better spacing. Alright. So there's the main staircase going up. I don't know if I'm going to do a staircase behind it going down. I'll decide that later. Let's do some of the rooms coming off of the secondary hallways. So, upstairs would be your more public rooms, I guess, would be 8, 9, 10. A good way to think of it. Downstairs will be like root cellar, kitchen, things like that. But upstairs will be your more public areas. Oops, and I've got the wrong color going there. That's good. Let's see here. So kind of in keeping with a more old world feel, you should have, let's see, there'll be a dining room. There will be kind of a front room and parlor. And then what else? Sort of a general living room. Maybe something a little bit more like a men's smoking room. I'm trying to think about what other rooms would there be? I want to basically, I'm going to start out by getting the space divided up for rooms, then coming back into the rooms and starting to detail and decorate them, putting in furniture, lighting, things like that. So let's have this side of the hallway. This will be smaller rooms. So let's see. There we go. Just enough space for a door for some of these. And then, have the hallway come partway down, and then the back area would just be one big room. So if we come out 10 from that, this would be a really big room if I do it that way. But that's okay, because it could be like I don't know, like a lesson room for children, maybe. Because on a ranch or a plantation this size, it's not like the kids are going to go to town to a school. They're going to actually be, well, they're going to be homeschooled. There would be a governess who would teach them, and various instructors for different things depending upon what their parents wanted them to learn. So it would make sense that there would be a nice big room, large enough for all the children to gather together. Have that be at the end of the hallway. Let's see, that's 6. There we are. No, I think I want this doorway to be wider. There we go. There we go. Much better. Go across a couple more times there. All right. This is definitely going to be a very large build, but it will probably go fairly quickly thanks to using creative mode. I don't think it's going to be hugely time intensive to do each part of this, because a lot of it will really go very quickly. So I'm going to want these windows here to be taller. There we go. And they're not necessarily like, this entire opening is not going to be one big window. We're going to break it up a little bit here. There we are. Let's see, how wide? That's 9. I think that I would prefer somewhat of an even number to work with here. Have the windows start kind of 2 in. All right. So, let's see. We need saw bench. Window frames. I like this one. This looks a little bit more realistic to me somehow. And then I want a nice light color. I think that one, 85, is good. No, I really don't want it to match the stairs. Yeah, we'll do that. Where'd it go? Here we are. Now I'm going to use the grid, because that simplifies life. Then we're going to make it fit. Okay, how's that look? Looks good. Just needs to be wider. So, if it's like, what, 3 wide? That might work out. 1, 2, 3. The block there. 2, 3. I think that'll work. Okay, bring the grid back. A little bit wider. A little bit wider. Yeah. So I don't want really very thick looking window frames. Okay. Yes, we're going to do that. We'll do that over here. There we go. Now this one. These windows are going to be bigger. Yeah, I think we're going to use the fast way of doing this. So we're going to go into fly mode and pop right around here and do that. That will put them, yep, puts them even. Perfect. Creative tools are wonderful. All right. So let's see what kind of a width we've got here. 26. So if we do 4 for our windows, let's see what that looks like. First, we have to rotate the window so that it will actually fit. And let's make it wider. Oops, not that wide. There we go. How's that? Yeah, I think that'll be good, because if we think of this as a lesson room, we're going to want a lot of light. So it would make sense to have very big windows. Now this one's going to be even bigger. Just going to have it take up the entire space. Is that on both sides? Yep. Perfect. Okay. Now we're going to kind of finish this off with glass. That's a really cute texture for glass, but it's more like privacy glass that you would find in a bathroom window. So we're just going to go with that one. Okay. And the convenient thing about having actual windows is that no matter how big the window is, the window frame is rather, once you put the actual window frames in, it doesn't matter how big you've made them, the glass will automatically snap into place. It knows that that's a window frame, and it knows that it needs to fit inside the window frame. So it will just do that automatically. You don't have to worry about anything, which I think is really, really nice, because I don't want to have to worry about anything. I want it to just snap in and presto, fixed, done. All right, so let's see about finishing off the walls for this hallway here. Real quick. Okay. Yeah, I think we're just going to leave these two kind of longer rooms here. And eventually the hallway will be decorated with things. Like there will be, you know, pictures, paintings on the walls, things like that. So that's going to happen. Let's go up. Get the top parts in here. Have these look a little bit more like actual doorways. It does kind of look orange. It has that orange reddish look to it as the sun goes down. And that's what's causing it to look like that, is because the sun is going down, so the light is changing. So, let's see here. This would be more of a front room area up here. And we're going to bring back the sunlight. There we are, much better. Let's go ahead and get rid of those. All right. And then I think the fastest way to get rid of that whole area is just to switch from removal tool to another tool. There we go. All right, so now we have the right height for our windows. And let's see here. This is going to be, sort of like a ladies' sitting room. So you can think that they'll be doing things like, oh, needlework and other, I don't know, whatever women did back then when their husbands were wealthy enough that they didn't have to work in the fields. So, presumably, they'll want a lot of light for whatever it is that they're doing. So, let's see. Let's give them spacing of 4. I think that's going to be good. Let a lot of light in. Give them a lot to be able to see by. Okay, 5. All right. Wow, are these all? Oh my gosh, this is actually even, you guys. Wow. Did not plan that at all. Not even a little bit. Now, we need to shrink this up. There we go. Perfect. And then we just need our glass here. There we go. All right. There we are. Lots of nice light coming in here. And then this would be more of a general living room. So again, we're going to want our windows, but I think that we're going to do them a little bit differently. This is going to have more traditional windows. So, you know, I'm not sure if it's the game or if it's the fact that I'm streaming the game that is making it have such high CPU usage. That's odd. Or if it's something else going on in the background, which it could be. Well, I will investigate that later. All right. So, we're going to shrink these up again. Come on. There we go. All right. Since this room, as just kind of a general living room, it wouldn't be quite as important to have a lot of natural light coming in, because this would be like entertaining guests more so than actually doing needlework or anything like that. The recording still looks good. Well, that's good. That's good to know. Okay. Now, so this should very definitely have doors. Let's move some stuff here. Let's take a look at our options for some doors. Obviously not the metal doors. I really wish that we had options for different colors with this modern door, because that's a very nice looking door. However, I really don't like that color for everything that I'm building. I wish that we had even just 2 more colors, like a very light color, almost like the floor here, and then a lighter brown, a bit more of a reddish brown, almost like the walls here. Just a couple more options for that door would be really nice. Here's another modern door, a couple others. I don't really think that counts as a modern door. I just don't. I think we're going to go with that for this here. All right. Now this is the fun part. Where's our center grid? Okay. There we go. And there we go. Okay. So now we have those doors here all set. Let's take a look over here. Those are really cool. And I like the colors that you can do them in, the saloon doors. Yeah, the different textures, yeah. For some things, I think that we have enough, but for other things, I think you're right. I think we definitely need more. Those are not really quite what I want to do here. So, it's a very old style door that I don't want to use. I'm not using white doors. We're not going to do that. And I don't know why I crafted another one of those, because I have some. So, okay. Actually, you know what? That's not right. They should open into the room, not into the hall. There we are. So, come on. There we go. Okay. Well, now all the doors match, so there's that. It would be nice to have some other options for them, but they do all match. Okay. So that's the basics on one side done. Let's do the basics on the other side real quick. Okay. So over here, we're going to want to have a dining room for one thing, and that's going to be pretty big. So let's just kind of decide on how big we want the dining room to be first. Let's do that. So, no, I think it should be bigger. I think it should. I think it should be bigger. About like this. This would be a huge dining room. But oh, table and chairs. I don't know. One of the, I might try and do my own table, but I'm not going to do my own chairs because you can't sit in custom furniture. The game doesn't recognize that as being furniture. And I do want this to be a functional set. So I will probably do my own table, but not my own chairs. Alright. And I think we should have really big windows in here too. This is definitely a room that needs some big windows. Alright, so start over here. There. Delete. Now I can just do it this way. So here is my new start point. And all the way down here is my new end point. Move over, delete, rinse, lather, repeat. There we go. All right. Now I have those all removed so I can make nice tall windows. However, I do still need to make an entranceway to the dining room. It's not really going to be terribly effective if no one can actually get into it. Yes, we have a beautiful dining room. However, it's just for show. No one's actually allowed to, you know, go in there and eat or any ridiculous thing like that. see. This is 6. What kind of an entrance do I want? That's a really good question. I think we're going to completely remove those. Take that all the way up. There we are. And then I think we're going to do a similar entrance to that. Except, let's see, 7, how high are you? Those are at, what, at 5? Yes, those are done at a height of 5. So, height of 6 is where we would want to cut that off. All right. Oops, wrong one. There we go. Huh. I can tell that the video is a little bit glitchy. Which is kind of annoying. And by kind of, I actually mean very. All right. Now I want to do something about this. And I have an idea once it's daylight again. There we go. The kitchen, yes, that's going to be completely custom. And, oh gosh, I'm going to do some, well, the stove is going to be custom too. That's going to take me a while because I have this idea in my head of what I want the stove to look like. And it's going to be kind of hard to get that to actually work. So that, the stove is going to take me a while. The cupboards are going to be easier because, yes, Hansen's completely right. Homemade cupboards with chests for storage in them, that's exactly what I'm going to do. But yeah, the stove is going to be, it's going to be difficult. Let's put it that way. It's going to be difficult. Okay. Back to what I'm attempting to do here. Now let's see. These are 88. Now let's see if I can remember exactly how to do this. I don't use this often enough, so I forget. Is it spawn item wood plank? Posters, yes, exactly. Yeah. Some of it will probably be posters, but some of it will not be. So let's see. Item wood plank. Is it the ID or the quantity that comes first? I forget. Let's see. Yay! I did it. No, I did not. Oh. Other way around. Okay. Other way around. So. Very nice. Item wood plank 188. There we go. Much better. All right. So, carefully looking at this, we're going to shorten this up a bit. And then I'm going to widen it. And yeah, I'm craning my head like that's going to do anything. Yeah, right. Okay. Right control to freeze it in place. And then page up just a little bit Oops. All right, that just kind of extends along the whole thing so it looks like one piece. There we go. Then, just kind of take that away. Okay, perfect. That actually, and that blends. That looks like it blends really well. Let's turn the light on and see. Okay, well, when you turn the cheaty light on, you can see that it doesn't blend perfectly. But without that, it looks like it blends really well. I think, well, there are a lot of people who are kind of popping in and out, checking out the stream and then leaving again. So that's part of it. All right. Now, what kind of rooms are we going to have off of here? It's our next decision that we need to make. Let's see. Let's do a little doorway here. So we need to have kind of like a men's smoking room where the guys can hang out and, I don't know, smoke cigars and talk shit, whatever. So that'll go over here somewhere, and then we'll have another little room right over here for I don't know what just yet. I don't have to figure out what all the rooms are going to be for today. I just want to get them made. Go, get rooms made. I want walls, doors, and windows. I really would like to get that done today. And it's about 10 o'clock, so we're going to go for another hour. And let's see here. 4 would be the height for your door, so there we go. 4, there we go. All right. Let's do different, oh, well, I didn't really like any of my other door options. That's why I went with that one. Yeah, because that's a very old style door that well, actually I think I did that for the front door, didn't I? Now I don't remember what my front door looks like. I didn't. I should. You know what? I should. Go away. You're going away. We are going to do something totally different. We're going to do you. Yes, we're going to do you. This is going to be our front door. Go. There we go. That looks a lot better. That blends in a lot better. Okay, I like that one. I think we are just going to kind of go with our other standards, though. I do not have a bathroom put in yet. So yes, that does need to happen because we're not going to be... I think we're advanced enough that we don't need to be peeing in the bushes anymore. All right. Yeah. So one of these rooms, maybe that one, is going to lose a little bit because I need to have a stairway going down to the kitchens downstairs, because otherwise the dining room is kind of pointless and ridiculous if there's no way for the food to get to it. So we need to do that. And that's going to take a little bit of space away from that room in the back there. Okay. Take this. All right. So should have a small landing because there'll be a door right, well, I'll put the door right here. I'll probably put the door right there. then a little bit of a landing, and then we're going to go down. So, hot chocolate is a wonderful thing to have. I'm not dealing very well with the cold this year, so I feel like I'm spending all of my time freezing. Okay, we're just going to extend that out. I might lengthen that, so we're going to leave that alone. Now, these are they're a servant staircase, basically. Yes, exactly. It's like this whole thing is like a big farm ranch more like a giant plantation, like the old world, the old school plantations. So it's going to be a little bit more sophisticated, kind of, is what I'm going for. Let's see here. I'm going to have this match the others. They are. Let's see. Trying to breathe, yeah. Well, I can generally breathe just fine. It's the staying warm thing that's not really working out so well for me. All right. Now we need the terrain tools. Let's see. We're going to do this in kind of smaller chunks. 2, 3. There we go. Get myself down here. Then I'll probably have to go outside the manor house and trim up the edges, because when you do it like this, with the editing the terrain, removing the terrain like this, you generally end up with some unintended overlap. Let's put it that way. There we are. So I will correct all of that later. So yeah, you always, when you're doing landscaping like this, you kind of want to keep in mind that you're going to have to go back outside your building when you're done and correct the outside earth, because it's going to be really screwed up. Oh look, there's a cotton plant. See, we're outside. That's okay. That's okay though. You can correct it. It's not a big deal. Go. A mudroom, yes. Yep. There's going to be kind of a little... Oh. Well, hi there, Piggy. Did you come in to be slaughtered? It's very considerate of you. Oh, look, and a sheep. Dinner is just kind of walking right on in. I'm going to turn on my little cheaty light because it's really dark down here. Okay. Yes, that is the exact same flooring. Perfect. Okay, now let's see here. This is 6, so we're going to have our floor be at this level here. But what is our floor going to look like? I don't want it to look like the same floor that's in the rest of the house, but I do want it to tie in with the rest of the house. So, no, I want it to be stone. I want it to be stone. So let's take a look at our stone brick options here. Well, that's nice that the snow has stopped there. Yep. Cheaty light, it's just L because I'm in creative mode. So I can just hit L and it will turn on the light. Nice and simple. Let's just do... No, still want the block bench. What was I looking at? Oh, sandstone. There we go. All right, let's just do a different kind of sandstone. We'll do one that's more weathered for the flooring in here. Nope, wrong one. I did. For some reason, it didn't put it where I wanted it to. Never mind. Okay, this is going to go away. These are going to be the walls, not to be confused with the flooring, which will look different. Yes, we'll go with that. Because it should look different from the floor. Let's see. This is going to be 6. I don't know. Maybe it should be one more. Maybe it should be one more. Yeah, I think it should be. Okay, so get rid of a couple of things real quick here. Delete that. Now I'm going to go into F6, and we're going to expedite this process a little bit. So, what ID block have I been using? No, that's not it. Not it. Not it. Oh, there's our walls. 35. Okay. So let's do... here. Let's go there. Yeah, we're going to want to move that start point. So that would be right shift to there. Oh, look at that. We have a wall. Isn't that lovely? It's a lovely wall, right? There's our starting point there. Our end point, and then we're just going to, no, down. There we go. Oh, look, we have flowers growing in our basement. Isn't that lovely? That's not really, no. Oh well, I'll fix that in a minute. Okay, now we need start down there. Running out of gas? Are you serious? Close down Scotland? Wow. Huh. Oh my gosh. And you know, for me in Montana, that is so hard to visualize that a storm would just shut everything down, because our lives just kind of keep right on going. Like, storm, what storm? Didn't really have any effect here. Because we're so used to it. It is kind of funny, though. There have been people who are complaining about how bad this winter has been. Which on the one hand is funny, but I understand why they're complaining, because this winter has been more of a traditional Montana winter, in that it's been cold and we've had a lot of snow. And we haven't really had a winter like this for, well, years. So people are kind of annoyed and upset and don't know how to deal with it, which is a little bit funny, because this is very typical traditional weather for us, I would say. They've just chosen to forget that fact. All right, so there we go. Now we have our walls put in. That is a much easier way of putting in walls. Yeah. And it is hard when you're very used to seeing one thing and then it completely changes. You're like, wait, what? We don't do this. All right. Let's move our starting point. Oh, wow. Yeah. Okay. There we go. Yeah, he's gonna die. He's gonna be dead here shortly because he's very much in my way. All right. Start over there. And we'll end over here. There we go. Excellent. So we have flooring, complete with vegetation and a pig. Okay. Let's kind of not have this. What are you two doing? Behave. My cats are arguing over who gets what spot on the chair, because that is, of course, a vital discussion. All right, Mr. Piggy, I'm sorry, but you don't get to stay here. Thank you. Okay. And I don't really need him, so I just need him to go away. All right, so back to our stairs. Here we go. 3. Let's get these things finished. Oops. That one kind of went in the wrong spot. I can tell, though, that the game is a little jittery because I go to do something and it doesn't really respond the way that it should. Kind of annoying. All right. So now we're going to have to go throw some stuff out really soon because I don't actually have enough room here. Is it dark? It's dark. I'm sorry. I'm just not really going to... Oops. It's not going to like that command if I don't type it properly. Ooh, my fingers are cold. They don't want to work right. Okay. There we go. All right. Tiny little landing there. Let's go ahead and close this in now. So I'm going to want that. And this really isn't going to have windows along here, so we're just going to close that entire thing off. There we go. Perfect. Excellent. There we are. So this room just got a little bit smaller, but no big deal. There we go. Okay. So, where's our door? I think it's this one that we want. Yeah, it is. Okay. So, let's put the door right there. And then we're just gonna close that. Okay. Perfect. All right, and down we go. So, part of this will be a kitchen. Part of it will be like cold storage. And part of it is actually going to be the servants' living quarters. What do you mean you're missing what I'm doing with the typing? Oh, yeah, I guess you're right, lady. Hurricanes are pretty normal for you guys, but I wouldn't want to deal with one. Absolutely, positively not. No way. That would not be fun. I would not be having a good day. Just have to learn to multitask. That's all. Okay. Now, down here, pretty much everything is going to be stone. It's not going to have all the kind of the nice wood like the rest of the house does. And actually, I'm going to change this up real quick. Just had an idea. How far over do I really want this to go? That's probably good. Okay. Do some really quick backfill here. There we go. All right. Now, yeah. Okay. That will be like shelving or something, a little storage cubby hole in there. And let's see. "85 words per minute. Wow. That is impressive. That is very, very impressive. All right, I think we're going to kind of cut this like this. This should be enough of an area for a kitchen and cold storage. And then over there is going to be like servants' living quarters, basically. So, first off, let's decide where I want to put the doorway for that. Let's give it 10. So right here. Alright, that'll be the doorway to the servants' quarters. Just gonna close that off real quick. There we are. Okay, and there's that wall. This one coming in. And I'm going to do the servants' quarters in kind of a dormitory style with using like those bunk beds. Yeah, that was not. Wrong mouse button. There we go. I do understand, lady, though, why you don't try and click and drag, because I'm suddenly starting to have problems with that. With the cold, my fingers are just so stiff that they don't want to cooperate with that notion. All right. Let's have the cold storage be over here. And you gotta figure we're making a pretty big plantation, so they will probably have to feed a lot of people. So we should have this be a pretty good sized room. Yes, voice is a lot easier. So if we do 20 by 15, I don't know, that seems big. Really big. What if we do 15 by 20? See, that still seems extremely large. Or could just do kind of this entire back wall. So 10 by 30. Because then we can break the cold storage into different areas. Well, it won't entirely be cold storage, but like we could have sort of like a freezer room for meat on one side, and then more like a root cellar on the other. Broke 3 mouses. Wow. I really do actually know how to speak the English language. It just doesn't always seem like it. Okay. So 30, let's go across at 15. We'll go across here. And then there we go. Of course, nice thick stone walls to help keep everything cold. Let's have the doors be kind of right beside each other here. There we go. All right. There we go. Up. Okay, so 4, at 5 it would go up. Perfect. These are going to be some very big root cellars and cold storage areas down here. Okay. There we have those. And then, like, the stove would probably be on that wall, because obviously you would want to keep a heat source away from things you're trying to keep cold. So it would probably, it'll go over here. The stove will probably be kind of the centerpiece. And actually, let's do, I think it'll be fine if it's the same material. So let's see, that's 4 or 5. I'm trying to think how big I want this stove to really be. 4, 5, 6. Oh, and I do want it centered. So we have 24. So 12. That would kind of be your center. And then, how big of a stove? That's going to be back over there. I'm going to go through that wall and go up to a different, there'll be a stairway going out that way. So, let's see here. 2. Three. Oops, not that far. Yeah, I think that's probably going to be good. And then it'll probably come out. So, like, this will be the stove area right there. And then food prep around it, cabinets, probably some big tables here. Again, thinking about food prep, how much space they would need to have to prepare enough food for the number of people that they would have to serve. So that's why this area is so big. Now, if we go over here, let's go 4 would be right about there. Just break through the wall here. All right, this is going to be the kitchen exit, if you will. I'm gonna have to clear off a little bit more. And I don't really know exactly how much I'm going to want to clear off, which is why I'm not using the creative tools, because sometimes it's easier to only clear off small amounts. Okay, so we're going to kind of come out here and then turn and go up to clear off a little bit more space here. And then, of course, I'll come back later and basically fill it all in. There we go. Oops, a little too far down, but that's okay. Not really the end of the world. Okay. All right. So again, servant's entrance, it's going to be kind of narrow, skinny. Let's jump into this real quick. Minimize it. Okay, there we go. I will basically just build it all back up once I get this the way that I want it. Actually, let's have it be a little bit wider. Just a little bit. There we go. That's going to be your outside edge. Up. And, ooh, what are we going to do stairs out of? Yes, exactly. Your servants' quarters, your servants' entrances, they were typically very narrow. Which is why that staircase is only 2 wide. I'm making this one a little bit wider because they're going to have to bring things down here. Like, you think about, they used to bring in huge cuts of meat to cold storage, like half a cow. You're going to need some space to get that down. So that's why this one gets to be a little bit bigger. And I think we'll do 33. Do some stairs there. Okay. Where do I want to have these come across? I feel like they should have a little bit more room to turn. So maybe coming down one more, then having the stairs right here. And we'll just kind of go right on up. Let's see. The somewhat tricky part of this, fine, will be kind of making it look like, I almost want the servant's entrance to look a little bit buried, kind of. I don't want it to really stand out in any way. Downton Abbey, I have not. I've heard really good things about it, but I have not actually watched that. Okay. So, let's see. That's... yeah, I think that's probably as far as we're going to take that. Now, I do want this to be kind of covered, which is going to be hard to pull off, really. Because I don't want it to look like you're cutting your head off when you go in here. But I don't want it to necessarily be very obvious. So there's going to be terraforming involved here. You can bet on it. Let's see. Okay. Let's start on that terraforming, shall we? Gravel. That's a good one. Okay. And where do I want the gravel to come to? I want it to come here. There we go. They're going to end up with a nice little gravel walkway. Well, I don't know about nice, really, but it's going to be a gravel walkway. Okay, there we go. Yeah, that really didn't cut through anything there, so we're good. Okay. Now over here on the side, I don't want this to be gravel. I want this to be grass again. So we'll make that a little bit bigger. And come along here. kind of fill in this little hole that we have over here. And while we're out here, we're going to fill in a couple of other holes. So the trick is, when you look at your grid and you look at how many spaces you have, actually, the trick is to have good light to do this in. That's the trick. So when you look at this grid, this leveling grid, to see how many spaces, yes, deliveries. Yep. So one space is the same as one square width. So you want it to come over a bit towards your house so that it's filling in. Like, look here, we've got so much we need to fill in. So that it fills in evenly next to the house, because otherwise it really won't. And we're going to be burying him if he doesn't get his ass out of there. Dude, move. You are going to be buried. I'm not kidding, man. Get moving. Seriously, like, go away. Yeah, no. That doesn't actually work. They don't pay any attention to you. Kind of like in real life. Okay, let's have this come out a little bit more. Come up. Just going to even this out because we're going to have a little, kind of like a little branch off of that main roadway that we have there. There's going to be a much narrower branch that's going to come around here and come around to this back entrance. And that's how they're going to get deliveries. So we want to make sure that this is all nicely leveled out so that theoretically a delivery cart could get back in here. Okay. Even this all out. Yep, looking good. Looking good. Oh, look. Dinner is coming to us live on the hoof. Okay. Now, let's go ahead and even this out as well. While we're over here, we might as well go. And you do want to kind of do it carefully because otherwise you're going to end up with giant mounds of earth actually inside your structure that you will then have to go and remove. And yes, it's a giant pain in the butt. So better to do it kind of carefully the first time around. But now you'll see this is all nice and even with the house here. Buried sheep. Yep. Okay. Now I'm thinking I'm going to change this up. Okay. Go away, go away, go away. Alright, I do need to paint in the gravel as well. Nice little pathway for the delivery carts to follow. Okay. You haven't seen Zach in over 40 days? Wow. Something must have happened to him. All right. There we go. Then I think we're going to no. Let's go down here to natural. We're going to do gravel. Yep. Okay. Okay. There we go. All right. now we just need to paint. Wow, I'm gonna have to get rid of stuff out of my inventory here soon. That is just way too much stuff. Okay. Thinking the smaller one. Yeah, this is good. Okay, now we're gonna have our little roadway here. And it's going to come down here. I'm going to flatten all this down later. Just want kind of a general pathway. We'll come down. Let's go ahead and we'll go ahead and even this out right now. Okay. Come on, a little bit evener. Evener. That's not really, yeah, not actually really a word. Little bit more even would be the correct way to say that. No. Except this is going to have to be, yeah. We're going to have to do a bit more terraforming here. There we go. Okay. Bring it down one more. And then, yeah, that would be even. Okay. So, yes, that's a change in incline, but I think they're spaced far enough apart that I think that'll be okay. Yeah, I think that'll be fine. So, let's go ahead and get this connected up to the main roadway here. There we go. So this would be how food would actually get to, how deliveries would actually get to the house. There we go. Perfect. Yeah, that's all going to need to be terraformed. Okay, where are we at with this? There we go. Might have to come back and do a little bit of painting to get it all correct, even. Smooth this all out. And I am also thinking we're going to have some very nice manicured lawns in here. Possibly flower gardens, not sure, but we'll put down some nice landscaping, make it all look really nice, very pretty. Nice grounds that people would like to walk through. Okay. Doing that roughly. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Okay, that can be a little bit smaller. We're just gonna get rid of a little bit of this grass. This look a little bit nicer. Okay, and I lost a little bit when I did that, didn't I? Sorry, this is gravel, not grass. There we are. Okay. And I'm not going to do any kind of like a nice border or pathway around it or anything like that, because this is the servants' entrance and they would not have any of that. But they do need a door. This definitely needs a door. So I don't really want to use any of the doors that we've already used anyplace else. Let's go take a look at what our other options would be. Definitely not that. That looks way too nice. This looks better. I think we'll go with that one. That one looks better. have it swing like that, and we'll put that right there. Okay. Perfect. Then let's see. Got about 10 more minutes. Let's do a quick outline on the servants' quarters down here. Yeah. And just because I have all the really big fields, I might sort of dedicate one of those fields, one of the smaller ones, to be like, I want to say home farm, and that's typically something that refers to crops grown for the usage of the property owner versus the big fields that might grow crops for livestock feeding or for sale. So I might do that. All right, so now this is going to be a very narrow hallway. Again, servants' quarters, really narrow. And we'll have a small area here that is open, where people could gather and chat and have a little bit of downtime, a little bit of a break, or the household supervisor would gather all the servants there to give them instructions for an upcoming event or something like that. So have that there. All right. Then we're going to have kind of a, there should be a men's area and a women's area, because remember, this is going to be like dormitory style. So really just going to be a couple of rooms. Let's bring that out there. And let's see. We could do it this way. Do this. Okay. So one side is going to be for the men, and the other will be for the women. And they're each going to have their own little washroom. So those will be down here towards the end. Yeah. Yeah, the manors that were self-sufficient, I guess you could say, had very sizable garden facilities. Well, because they had to. It was, if you were going to be self-sufficient, you really did have to be self-sufficient. And I'm not entirely certain exactly how old world I want these little washrooms to be. There we go. There we are. There's the women's. And then let's see. This is 5. Okay. I want to keep my spacing fairly consistent. Of course, that's not always possible, but there we go. Yeah, this is just going to kind of come all the way across. There we are. Okay, is that, yep, spacing of 4, that's good. What are our door options here? Neither one of those, obviously. That. Yeah, we can just kind of keep using these for the servants' doors, basically. Yes. I don't really want to make an outhouse. I don't want to do that. But they're not going to have fantastic facilities either. But definitely something a little bit better than an outhouse. Get some doors put in here. Okay. All right, so this will be the men's, and this will be the women's quarters, and they will largely have kind of rows of the bunk beds in some ways. So that completes our actual rooms for down here. Whoops. That got filled in. Hi, I don't really want you filled in like that. There we go. Now we're going to need some doors here. Oops. I got a little carried away with the dirt. There we are. I don't really love any of the doors for this necessarily, but one's kind of a little bit better. Stop. Yes. Okay. And let's see, can I set it so that, no. Yeah, let's have these open out. There we go. All right, root cellar, cold storage. There we go. Now, oh look, it's dark again, or getting dark. Very sorry, we don't have sunset, or, well, we don't have night. We have sunset. We don't have night. We're not doing nighttime. Oh, I'm going to have to go get rid of a lot of stuff. There's so much excess stuff in my inventory right now. All right, I want to get the windows in here. And I think they should be bigger. Let's see. Spacing of 1 all the way around. So let's say we should have 4 for the windows. Except, of course, when that doesn't work. That's 7, so that's really not going to work. Well, those will be shorter. We'll have 2 large windows in the ends and 1 smaller one in the middle. We'll live. We will live. Go. Perfect. Let's see what we can do over here. I do want to keep things relatively symmetrical. I want it to look like it was kind of nicely planned out. All right, that's 18. We've got some space to work with. Oh. Yeah, 8's not really gonna, that doesn't do much for us. Well, I guess we're going to do, yeah, the narrower windows here too. Okay. Talking to myself, largely. Let's widen that out. Oops, not quite. There we go. Okay, and then a little bit wider here. Perfect. Right, almost. Okay. That takes care of the sides, and then let's just rotate that. Perfect. And then just a couple of small windows. There we go. Come on. Perfect. Now the glass. Okay. All right. Got windows put up in here. That's good. Look at these two real quick. Yeah. Ooh, we could just do one whole window here, couldn't we? Let's shrink that down. Get a little bit better light here. Out. And then widen it out. It really is nice that you can make these window frames as big as you want them to be. That's highly convenient. Okay, let's go take a look in here. What are we doing with windows here? Okay, well, for one thing, we're definitely going to be making them a bit bigger, but what's our spacing like? 16. How to create a flat surface in survival mode. Yes, Hansen is right. You are stuck using the rake. And it's not really going to be a perfectly flat surface, unfortunately. It's going to be a little bit more even, but not totally flat. Go. Alrighty. Almost. Perfect. Now I just need it to be tall enough for one thing. Oh, and then the width. Okay. No, that didn't work. Yeah, no, they need to be a little bit taller. Okay. A little bit wider, sorry. Out. Yep. And there. Okay. All right. So, what we have managed to do today is to put in all of the rooms and windows on, oops, I spoke too soon. Yeah, I think I'm going to want these to be the taller ones too. Except we are going to do something a little bit different with these ones. So, let's see here. That's 71. Let's go to our block bench. Wood blocks. That's 68. That's 71. There we are. And there. Just a little bit different for these ones. Now, bring the glass back. And let's shrink this up a little bit. Nope. No, 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 no. Use the grid for placement, but there we go. At that point, perfect. Okay. That looks better. That looks better. All right. So now we can say that the rooms and windows on the main floor have been completed, as have the rooms on the basement level for the kitchen and servants' quarters. All right, so not bad. I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream here. Give myself some time to eat, drink a lot so that I don't lose my voice, and be ready for Lady De Winter's stream in what? It's 11 o'clock, so she's going to start up at noon my time, so in about an hour. All right. Thank you all very, very much for hanging out. I hope that you enjoyed it. I know we didn't get a lot of fine detail work done, but nonetheless, the first floor looks a lot more complete. The second floor is completely open and, you know, has not actually been touched. And I will get this downloaded and posted up on YouTube as I did the last one. So I will make sure that all the streams go up there. And then next week, we will do some more details and maybe some quick crop planting and some fences around the fields, because we have a lot of animals in this world. So we would want to have the fields fenced in so the animals couldn't get into them. So we might do that as well. But thank you very much, guys, and I will see you later.